It's Sam Ehlinger time in Indianapolis for the Colts. Let us know in the comments how you're feeling about the Ehlinger era beginning in Indianapolis and what that means for the Colts franchise moving forward. But Matt, toss it up to you, man. What do you make of this kind of surprising move to send Matt Ryan to the bench and, start Sam Ehlinger at quarterback?
I mean, this is Frank Reich and that front office in Indianapolis that has been trying to figure out the quarterback position and make this team a true playoff, Super Bowl contender. This is their last-ditch effort to keep their jobs. Obviously, Irsay has been pretty vocal about not liking the situation.
Yeah.
This is by far the worst. As far as like the rest of the team, this is the worst the Colts have been. I think last year they were serviceable. I think the year before with Phillip Rivers had a good roster. And then it was always just trying to say like, all right, the Colts look good. They just need a quarterback. Frank Reich is desperate. He says they've been playing bad. They need something to change. Matt Ryan is not making the throws. He's not capable of doing that, and he doesn't have the help. Ehlinger, young, maybe they figure something out. Maybe it's a shot of adrenaline, but this is a latch-stiff effort to save their jobs.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense from the standpoint that they may as well try to see what they have.
Honestly, yeah.
You may as well see it. But at this point, Matt Ryan is never going to play another down for the Indianapolis Colts.
Nope.
And Frank Reich will no longer be the Indianapolis Colts head coach after this season. And his firing might happen even before the end of this season.
It could.
It's over with. The Tennessee Titans just swept the Indianapolis Colts for their second consecutive season. The Titans have beaten the Colts 5 straight times in 6 of the last 7 times that they face each other. The Colts have not been able to even make a dent in their own division, which is one of the worst divisions in football over the last few years. And you alluded to it earlier. Frank Reich has now run through Phillip Rivers, didn't work. Carson Wentz, didn't work. Matt Ryan, didn't work.
Yep.
So now at this point, obviously, this move to me is coming from Jim Irsay. He says, throw the young kid in there, see if we can get a juice. But all signs are pointing to Frank Reich no longer being their head coach. And the Colts heading towards a tankathon and being one of the league's worst teams this year.
I understand the idea of Irsay doing it, but I think one thing that kind of makes me believe it was the decision either from the front office or from Reich himself is the way that he handled that press conference where he announced that news. He took a lot of ownership, not only of the team.
He looked depressed to me.
Well, he looked
like he was announcing a decision that he didn't even really believe.
Ownership because he admitted to Matt Ryan, it's like, listen, we didn't give you what you expected.
Right, yes.
And all of that.
And
I get that. And the thing that also gives me hope is obviously Irsay isn't happy and Reich is fired if they don't make the playoffs, but he still has the chance to make the playoffs. It sounds like he's going to have.
Does he have a chance to make the playoffs?
Listen, they're 3-3-1.
Yes, they are.
That is not as bad as they've been playing. That is not a bad situation to be in. It's not, it's
not
Not
ideal.
1-5. It's not 2.
They're in the AFC though, and we talked about they already got swept by the Titans, so they cannot win the division.
No, they can't.
So they would have to beat out, one of these other AFC teams.
Well, they could still win the division, I believe, if they just have a better record. That's saying a lot.
Sure.
Listen, all I'm saying is that they have a chance. All right? It's Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance. There is. They're sitting at a 3-3-1. The AFC is tough, so there's going to be a lot of just cannibalism in that where good teams are going to lose to other good teams.
Yeah.
They can sneak through in some way if they can just string along a few wins. I'm not saying it's likely, but I think the move suggests that they are really trying to just give 100 cc's of Ehlinger and see if that works to save this, this dying corpse right here.
Yeah, I just don't see it that way. I think this front office and this franchise has already turned the page towards next season. I mean, let's talk about it too. The main reason that they're sitting Matt Ryan down, again, for the rest of the season, he's not going to play another game for the Colts this season, is because he's guaranteed $10 million from the Indianapolis Colts. If he has an injury this season that prevents him from a preseason physical next spring, the Colts will owe him an additional $7 million guaranteed. So it's a difference between paying him $10 million guaranteed and $17 million guaranteed. That's a big deal for a quarterback.
Not to mention, it's basically elder abuse with the way that they gave him no protection.
Yeah,
he was getting killed.
Exactly. So obviously, they know Matt Ryan's not their quarterback for next year, so they're doing everything they can to make sure they don't have to pay him more than they have to moving forward. So this is a team that is looking towards the future with some young pieces. The trade deadline is Tuesday, November 1st. I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts shipped out a couple of their young players too with eyes towards the future. But let us know in the comments what you make of the Colts and their new starting quarterback, Sam Ehlinger. What does it mean?
He's not a tank. He's a push cart.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out our other videos and don't forget to smack that subscribe button down below while you're at it. Also, for more great and original content, head right over to bvmsports.com.